Hi guys, I realized it's been a while since I've done a swatch along, and so I thought, well, I might as well do it with a fairly new palette that I have been using. So right now I'm going to take the time to introduce you to Matte Nude. This retails on TheBalm's website for about $42, and I had been wanting to get like a nude palette, especially a palette that contained mostly, if not all, matte colors. And so as you can see, this is Meet Matte Nude. TheBalm currently has an older matte palette that's just called Meet Matte. It doesn't have the nude bits there. I saw that this was on sale on Hot Look for, I believe, $19 or $19.50. I was still like, I had just started my makeup fast and I thought, well, do I get it? Do I not get it? And I thought to myself, well, this is something I know I'm going to use on an almost everyday basis. It's something that will go with a lot of things. I will just go for it once. This will be my only time that I will break the makeup fast. And as it turns out, I figured it was a great way. I picked this up also in celebration of a fun thing that happened. So, on to the swatches and on to the product. Meet Matte Nude. You get some very large pans over here. You get 9 matte shades. You get a nice variety of light colors, some mid-tone colors, and then you get some very dark shades over here. And then you have a very large mirror here, which is great for being able to see not just your eyes and not just like one eye, but you can see your whole face, whether you hold it up this way like a book or whether you hold it up this way. As the pan size go, they're a little bit wider than your standard Wet n Wild eyeshadow pans, and they're also a little bit shorter. So all in all, they're pretty comparable in size to the Wet n Wild pans, maybe just a little bit bigger. And as for the formula, it's very smooth, very buttery and creamy. My experience with matte shades is that, sometimes they can go a little bit, I guess, dry or chalky, but pretty pigmented. But I'm gonna show them to you as far as arm swatches go. So right now I'm gonna pull up my sleeves and we're gonna swatch along. The first four that I'm gonna swatch for you is the matte white shade Matte Malloy, the burgundy shade Matte Garcia, the slate navy gray Matte Johnson, and the milk chocolate brown Matte Rosen. So on the pinky, you're gonna see Matte Malloy, and woo, that is quite opaque as far as matte shades go. You get Matte Garcia, again very pigmented, very opaque matte colors, if that's what you're looking for. Matte Johnson, and then you get Matte Rosen. So I'm going to transfer these on here, just in case you wanted to see how they look like on the arm. Or maybe, you know what, I'm going to put them on the back of my hand here. You can see quite pigmented. And I still have quite a bit of product here on my fingers. So you can, wow, this is amazing. I just realized it. There's a lot of pigment on the fingers and a lot that's transferred on here. So that pretty much attests to the creaminess of the formula and the pigmentation. So there are those 4 shades. On my thumb, I'm going to show you Matte Wood. A very rich, dark chocolate brown. It has more cool to neutral shades compared to Matte Rosen, and it's just a touch lighter. So here it is on my thumb. And here it is transferred right next to Matte Rosen. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Right now, to swatch the last 4 shades. So we have this pinky nude Matte Sing. We have a taupe color Matte Abdul. And then we have more of a yellow toned, I'd say nude color Matte Lombardi. And we have a taupe shade with more violet hues, and this is Matte Hung. So here's Matte Sing. Ooh. And you barely notice it over here. Very pinky. At least compared to my fingers, it blends in really well. We'll see how it swatches on the back of my hand. Let's see, Matte Abdul. Gorgeous taupe color. Matte Lombardi. Definitely see that this is more yellow toned compared to Matte Sing. And then Matte Hong. Look at the violet shades here. This is more violet and a more red tone violet compared to Matte Abdul. I'm not very good at swatching with my left hand, but as you can see, you get this nice range of colors. You get some nice light to mid-tone shades here. You get your matte white for your highlight shade, and then you get some darker like crease contour liner shades. I can't compare it to existing matte palettes out there. I know that Sonia Kashuk has a matte neutral palette, and so does, I believe, Too Faced has a matte palette. So I can't compare it to those. I don't own the Naked palette, so I can't compare it to the shades in there. And even in my collection of drugstore eyeshadows, I think I'm quite limited in matte shades. But if you're looking for dupes or comparisons to shades that you might have seen on others or that you might already own, I can tell you right now that the shades Matte Rosen and Matte Wood are pretty similar to the two matte shades in the Revlon Color Stay palette 545 Attitude. So if you look at them side by side in the pan, very, very similar. I'm going to take swatches of the chocolate brown here. Right? So here's the two shades that I want to compare from TheBalm. And here are the two from Revlon Color Stay. I did much better job of swatching these ones over here, but they're pretty comparable. If you only want like two matte brown shades instead of, I don't know, I'd say like 3 or 4 of them, like you might already find them in this palette here, and you can even get this pink highlight color, which is a lot lighter, I'd say. This one's a lot lighter than the Matte Sing. But yeah, so those are a couple of drugstore dupes. If you know of any other dupes for this palette, let me know. And then the shade Matte Abdul is pretty similar to the taupe shade in the NARS Bellissima. Here is Matte Abdul. The Bellissima shade is a bit warmer than the Matte Abdul, but they're pretty similar in the same family. And yeah, those are my swatches for Meet Matte Nude. And for your reference, I am also using this on my eyes today. I have used the shades Matte Malloy, Matte Sing, Matte Lombardi, Matte Abdul, and Matte Johnson. So the very top highlight at the highest point of my brow bone is Matte Malloy. Underneath that, I've sort of blended it with Matte Lombardi. What I've put on my eyelid is Matte Sing. I popped Matte Abdul into the crease, and then Matte Johnson into the outer portions of my crease in the outer corner, just as an accent and for additional contour. So let me know if you'd like to see a tutorial or a more in-depth review. But as of now, those are my swatches, and if you wanted to know a bit more about this, thumbs up this video to see a little bit more. Thanks for watching. Bye.